This is the IHG Premier Credit Card, and today I'm going to be reviewing this card. I'm going to be showing you how to get possibly a free week in hotel stays when you sign up. If you're considering a hotel card, let's take a look if this card is worth it for you. Right now, they'll give you 140,000 bonus points after you spend $3,000 within the first 3 months. As an added bonus, they give you an additional 10,000 bonus points after you spend $20,000 in purchases and once you make an additional purchase after each account anniversary year. At first, you may be thinking like, dang, 140,000 bonus points? That's a lot. But I'll go over a little bit later in this video on what IHG points are actually worth. They also advertise that you can get 25 times the points per dollar that you spend at IHG resorts and hotels. To break this down a little bit further, you get 10 times the points just because you hold this card. You also get an additional 10 times the points for being an IHG Rewards Club member, and you also get 5 times the points for having Platinum Elite status. So this is how it totals up to 25 times the points. You also earn 2 times the points per dollar spent on gas, grocery stores, and restaurants, and you also earn 1 times the points on all other purchases. I must say that the best thing about this card is the free annual anniversary night that you get every single year. But the thing about the anniversary night is that you cannot stay at any IHG hotel because you're only limited up to stays that are worth up to 40,000 points. So based on my research, that's something that's equivalent to the Holiday Inn. So depending on where you want to stay, you may be able to find something much nicer that requires less points. But I'll talk a little bit deeper on hotels a little bit later in this video. So with this card, you get your 4th reward night free when you redeem your stays with points. So this is where you could get up to a week of stays just by using the bonus. For example, if a night stay is 20,000 points, 4 nights will cost you 60,000 points since you're really just paying for the price of 3. If you were to book 4 or more nights with the same price, you would essentially pay 120,000 points for 8 nights. Another benefit with this card is that you get IHG Platinum Elite status. So with this status, you can save up to 20% on points when you purchase them with this card. Purchasing points is rarely ever a good idea, so I really don't recommend doing that. I must say that the best thing about the status is that you can get status matches. I live in Southern California and I probably go to Las Vegas probably twice or 3 times a year because it's a pretty easy 1 or 2 day trip for me and my wife. So with Platinum Elite status, you can get that match to Wynnum Diamond status. And with Wynnum Diamond status, you can get that match to Caesars Diamond status. So hopefully I haven't lost you yet. Once you're a Caesars Diamond member, you get a whole lot more benefits. So I'm not going to go into everything that Diamond status has to offer, but here are some of the main highlights that I wanted to talk about. Is that you get free valet and you don't have to pay for resort fees. If you've ever been to Vegas, valet is usually anywhere from 25 to 30 bucks. And free parking in Las Vegas is becoming more and more rare. And resort fees typically cost around 40 bucks. I typically go to Vegas during the weekdays. So I could stay at Planet Hollywood for 40 bucks on Monday, but my resort fee can be equally as much. That's some business BS. So if I were to go to Vegas and stay there for 2 nights, essentially I would save $25 on valet and also 80 bucks on resort fees. So in total, I would save about $105 per trip. This essentially is one of the best benefits with this card. You don't even have to live near Vegas to enjoy these benefits. If you live near any of Caesars Entertainment resorts, you can see some value from this. But even if you never go to Vegas or Atlantic City or any of those type of casino towns, this probably has no value to you. So if you're more curious on how to transfer your status, go check out my buddy Jake Bro's channel where he did a great job of showing you how to do so. So now let's move on to travel and purchase coverage protections. With this card, they do offer baggage delay insurance, so if your flight is delayed over 6 hours, you can get up to $100 a day for 3 days. I really couldn't dig a little bit deeper into the fine print since you can't get the guide to the benefits unless you're approved, which I find to be some BS. But anyways, you get lost luggage reimbursement, so per passenger, you cover up to $3,000. So with this card, you also get purchase protection. So for any type of new purchase that you made within the last 120 days, if it gets damaged or stolen, you can get up to $500 per claim and $50,000 per account. So when it says per account, I imagine it's just a lifetime of this card. If you guys are familiar with Brian Jung, he recently made a video on how American Express reimbursed him for his lost AirPods. This card offers those same benefits. So in addition to that, this card does offer trip cancellation and trip interruption insurance, meaning that if your trip is canceled caused by sickness, you can be reimbursed up to $5,000 per trip, even if it was prepaid and not refundable. With all this crazy stuff that's going on in the world today, this is worth having. Another thing that I wanted to mention about this card is that you get a credit for $100 every 4 years for global entry and TSA PreCheck, which is a pretty nice touch. And also with this card, there is an $89 annual fee. One thing that you should keep in mind is that this credit card is a Chase credit card, which means that this card does apply towards the Chase 24 rule. If you're not familiar with what the 524 rule is, it basically states that if you apply for more than 5 personal credit cards within the last 24 months, more likely than not, you will get denied for this card. So now let's talk about how much IHG points are actually worth. So in this example, I'm gonna say that you want to stay in downtown San Diego, so we can use that as a reference. Your points can be worth much more if you decide to stay somewhere like Oklahoma or something like that. So in this example, you're gonna be staying in downtown San Diego on a Sunday in March. So currently you can stay at the Kimpton Hotel for $153, but if you wanted to use your points, it would cost you 50,000 points. So essentially 153 divided by 50,000 would equal to 0.003 cents. That's a pretty crappy return. So that 140,000 sign-up bonus would be worth around $420. In this case, the 140,000 sign-up bonus will only equal to 2 nights stay if you wanted to stay in downtown San Diego. But if you're willing to stay a little bit further away from the city and say you want to go to SeaWorld, you can stay at the Holiday Inn for 25,000 points. So essentially that 140,000 sign-up bonus will be worth around 5 nights. Now let's see how much your points will be worth as a cash value if you wanted to stay there. So $104 divided by 25,000 points would equal to 0.004 cents per point. So just a little bit better, but not that much. I know this card advertises 25 times the points when you spend it at their hotels, but that can be very deceiving. Because when people say 25 times the points, people are like, whoa, that's a lot of points. So let's just say that each point is worth 0.004 cents. If you multiply that by 24, that would equal to 1 cent. So essentially, to get the best return on your money, you would have to stay at IHG resorts. If you travel a lot for business, I can see how this is worth it. But if you're a normal consumer who travels every now and then and maybe stay at a hotel twice a year, the IHG points really have little value to you. But now let's see how this card compares to other low annual fee cards that gives you free reward nights. First, we're going to be looking at the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless Credit Card. At the making of this video, this credit card offers you 75,000 bonus points after you spend $3,000 within the first 3 months. This credit card also offers you 1 free night every anniversary year that gives you up to a redemption value up to 35,000 points. There's also a $95 annual fee, which is about $6 higher than the IHG card. With this card, you earn 6 times the points at Marriott hotels, and you also earn 2 times the points on all other purchases. Some of the benefits that you get with this card is that you get Silver Elite status and free Wi-Fi at hotels. Yeah, those benefits are pretty weak, but you can get matched to Wynn and Platinum status, then transfer that to Caesars Platinum. So with the Caesars Platinum status, you can get free valet, so that's still pretty nice if you go into Vegas. So now let's compare how many free nights that you can get with the sign-up bonus. So if you were to stay in San Diego at the same time, it seems like each hotel will cost around 30,000 points. So with 75,000 bonus points, you can stay for about 2 nights. But now let's talk about the reward night. With this card, the annual free night could be worth up to 35,000 points. From the hotels that we looked at in downtown San Diego, you can stay at a pretty nice hotel in a great location. Compared to IHG 40,000 points reward night, I found it's mostly to be just Holiday Inns. I'm not saying that Holiday Inns are necessarily bad, but I would rather stay at the West Inn than a Holiday Inn. But with the Holiday Inn, you do get free breakfast most of the time. The next card that we're going to be looking at is the World of Hyatt credit card. With this card, there's also an annual fee of $95, which is very similar to the Marriott Bonvoy card. So with this credit card, you get 25,000 bonus points after you spend $3,000 within the first 3 months. But there's also an additional bonus of 25,000 points after you spend $6,000 in total within the first 6 months. So for this example, I'm just going to say that you're going to spend $3,000 within the first 3 months, since that's really all you can do with the other 2. You get 9 times the points at Hyatt stays, 2 times the points at dining, commuting, airline tickets, and also gym memberships. And you also get 1 times the point on everything else. This card also gives you Hyatt Discover status, so you can also get that matched to Caesars Platinum. So with this card, you get a free annual night stay at any Category 1 to Category 4 hotels, and you also get an additional free night if you spend $15,000 or more within an annual year. So for the same comparison as we did earlier with the other 2 cards, let's just say that you're staying in downtown San Diego on a Sunday. A night stay there will cost you 15,000 points, so for a sign-up bonus of 25,000 points, you really only could use 1 free night off the sign-up bonus. As for the free annual night, being able to stay at a Category 4 hotel is pretty nice. So at the same hotel that you want to stay in San Diego using the bonus points, you can stay at that same hotel with the free night. So here are my final thoughts. So is the IHG Premier Credit Card the best hotel within its class? I must say, it really depends. I know how it's annoying when other people say it depends, but let me explain why. If you value IHG Platinum Elite status transferability, then I must say that yes, this is the best card out of the bunch. Just due to the fact that you can essentially save so much money on resort fees when you're staying at Caesar hotels and resorts. But if you never go to any of those places, this credit card is pretty much on par with the other 2. So when we are comparing free nights, IHG is definitely the worst out of the 3. The reward night is still a pretty good deal though, even though most hotels are not what they used to be. Previously, I could have stayed at the Intercontinental for the free night, but now I really could only stay at Holiday Inns or something that's valued at the same price. The free nights that's offered with the Marriott and the Hyatt, is way much better value than IHG's. Personally, I'm not gonna get this card because the main reason is that I have the old Select card. Unfortunately, this card is not being offered to the public anymore because essentially it became the Premier card. The Select card nearly had the same benefits. I still got Platinum Elite status, and I also got the free annual night, plus the annual fee was only $49. But even if you had the old card, you can still get the Premier card and essentially stack the benefits. You can get 2 reward nights for the price of $128 just due to the annual fee. Even then, that's a still pretty good value since you really can't stay at any hotel for 2 nights for less than that. While this card does give you the 4th night free when you book it with rewards, I feel like this benefit will get the most value only when you have the sign-up bonus. Because earning IHG points is very difficult unless you stay at their hotels often. So aside from that, this is the only card from the 3 that we compared that give you a statement credit for global entry and TSA pre-check. So for me personally, with my spending habits and going to Las Vegas a couple times a year, this will be my card of choice between the 3, but you really can't go wrong with any 3 of these. Hell, might as well collect all 3. Alright winners, so that does it for me. If you guys haven't already, make sure you give this video a like because that would really help out the channel. So if you guys want to learn more about credit cards and personal finance, come hang out with me some more over here.